Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope you're doing really well. It's time for another haul video. Today's fragrances I picked up from Burlington. If you're unaware of Burlington, essentially it's like TJ Maxx or Marshall's or Ross's. It's a store like that, and they have a pretty good fragrance selection. And today, I've got 3 different ones to go over with you guys. And also, I took some photos of the fragrances that they had there. That way you can see the other fragrances that they had available. Maybe some of these fragrances would appeal more to you, but I already own them, so I'm gonna point those out, fragrances that they had there that would be great potential buys for you and why. And today's video also has a little bit of a theme fragrance-wise, which we'll get into as I actually show you these fragrances. So let's jump into it. First off, let's go ahead and take a look at those fragrances that they had available that I didn't pick up for one reason or another. So here we go. Let's take a look at these. I looked a little weird. I had my phone out and I was taking photos and then taking a couple steps and taking another photo, but I wanted you guys to see what all they had available there. Burlington has a really good selection, actually. You may not think it does if you've never been into one, but their selection is pretty good. They actually usually have more fragrances than Marshall's or TJ Maxx or Ross's, at least my local stores. One thing though, is that you're more likely to find a random expensive fragrance or a new-ish designer fragrance at TJ Maxx or Marshall's than you are Burlington, at least in my experience. But they do have some really good stuff, which I'm gonna show you right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at these and see what they've got. I'm gonna try to run through this, giving you as much information as I can, as quickly as I can, so let's go. All right, first photo here, the first thing that draws my attention, which should also draw your attention, Yop Om Ice. They've got 3 of them, and these were marked, I believe, $24.99, so 25 bucks. That is a little bit more expensive than you would pay at FragranceNet, but still is a pretty good price because that is a great fragrance, very much under the radar. Then of course they have the original right above that, which looks like more people are buying that one. Oof, shame on you people. And then at the bottom, toward the bottom right there, there's Banana Republic Neroli Woods. And you're gonna see a bunch of the Banana Republic icon fragrances. They were going for $20 and they had some marked off all the way to 13 bucks. And that's for a 75 ml size bottle. Those ones obviously were in clearance. Other things you're gonna see there along the bottom, there's a Tommy Bahama Island Life, a whole bunch of Calvin Klein fragrances and Ferrari Scuderia Black. And then you've got Davidoff Adventure down in the bottom right. All right, this next photo is everything that was next to what I just showed you. So again, there's another Banana Republic and it's Black Walnut Legend, which is actually a Creed Aventus clone. So you've got that there next to the Fila and Obsession fragrances, and you've got Cristiano Ronaldo CR7 above that and Burberry Touch next to that. Along the bottom, you're gonna see more of those Banana Republic fragrances, the Icon collection. Again, those were marked off pretty heavily. And I do wanna say that those Banana Republic Icon fragrances at 20 bucks are a great buy. At 13, they are an awesome buy. So if you don't own any of those and you go into a Burlington and they have those, I would get the ones that seem or sound the most appealing to you based off of the note breakdown. Pretty much all the fragrances are very good. My favorites are 78 Vintage Green and Neroli Woods. All right, third photo, here we go. We've got Davidoff Cool Water Aquaman. It's at the bottom and also the top right. That you can get online for next to nothing, and it's surprisingly really good, actually. I've got that one, and it's solid. Got a couple Kenneth Cole fragrances there. Kenneth Cole Reaction going for 17, Signature going for 20. Those are not too bad. Other than that, some Curve and a bunch of car fragrances. And Ferragamo up at the top, but for 25, probably would pass on that. Keep it moving. This is just an extension of what I showed you before, but as you can see, lots of Nautica. One interesting thing here, Nautica Voyage N83 up in the upper left-hand corner there, that you used to be able to find at every single Ross, TJ Maxx, Marshalls in the United States, it seemed like. And it's been getting harder to find at stores like this. So it's kind of cool to see it there again. Guess Los Angeles, which is pretty much right in the middle. That's probably your best bet out of all of these. It smells a little bit similar to Versace Eros, but it's really good for the price. and then Unforgivable by Sean John down at the bottom right. That one's solid too. Now this is gonna be the last photo, and this is just basically like their rack where they threw stuff that they didn't know what to do with. So you've got an Axe aftershave, you've got some cheap unboxed fragrances up at the top, and then you've got a Zaro Now aftershave, which was kind of random that they threw in the middle there. And actually along the bottom, I know you can't see it very well, but most of those are Banana Republic fragrances. The ones that have the like the little anti-theft device right over the front with the black box. Those are all Banana Republic fragrances, and those are the ones that were marked off to 13 bucks. So those are ones I definitely check out. So that was everything, and this is what I got. First off, they only had one of these. This was the only fragrance they had from this house, if you want to call it that, and it was $5. $5, you can see it right there. Nissan Patrol, which in America is sold as the Nissan Armada. I've known about these Nissan fragrances for a while, haven't picked one up, and yet, there we go, finally got one. Then I got Lamborghini Intenso. And as you can see here, it's a nice little pack. It comes with the fragrance and an aftershave. Wow, can't wait to use that. And then last but certainly not least, Bentley Azure. And this was $20, also on clearance, and this was the only Bentley fragrance that they had there. But they do get Bentley fragrances into Burlington pretty often. Actually, Burlington is where I found Bentley Black Edition, which is really good. And I forgot to give you guys the price on this one, $15. So we spent, for these three fragrances, $40. Let's go ahead and open these up. Let's see how they are. We're gonna start off with the Bentley. So here is the box, the presentation for Bentley Azure. And there's a good look at the bottle for you guys. It's got a nice subtle gradient from dark blue to clear up at the top. Bentley, of course, really well known for having fantastic quality fragrances for great prices, especially if we're talking about online discounters or in stores like Burlington. Let's go ahead and spray it on. And I'll leave a link in the description for all of these fragrances at discounters online. Now, they may not be as inexpensive online as they are at Burlington, especially the Nissan being $5, but I'll leave links to these in the description so you can check them out. Now this one has some interesting notes in the opening. It's got pineapple, it has tangerine, it has bergamot and violet leaf, and you would think with there being 3 fruity notes and then violet leaf that it's gonna be more of this kind of citric, almost tropical punch, and it's really not. Actually, the violet leaf is what comes out the most, much more so than the fruity notes. It does have this little bit of a zinginess to it, this little bit of sweetness. There's certainly a lot of freshness in there. It comes across a little bit green as well. There's tea in the mid, and that kind of melds with the violet leaf, but especially off the top here, that violet leaf is what's coming through most prominently. It does have this fuzzy, sort of modern, clean warmth in the base of the fragrance. That's gonna be coming, I would imagine, from the cashmere. It's used to great effect here. You can pick it up pretty much right away. Some people online have compared this to Chanel Platinum Egoiste, and I don't get the big comparison there. I think that they're quite different. I think between the two, I would much rather have Chanel Platinum Egoiste. The quality here is definitely good, especially for the price, but this puts me more in the frame of mind of something like the Ferragamo Aqua Essenzial line, a little bit more like Colonia maybe. It's not the exact same as Colonia. I don't even think that you can, spray them side by side and say that they're super close, but it puts me in that frame of mind. It's that style of fragrance. Zegna Uomo, maybe even like Uomo Casual Life from Ferragamo. Maybe like faintly Acqua di Parma-ish, something along those lines. It smells like a clean, fresh, gentlemanly, somewhat sophisticated, slightly soapy Italian style of fragrance. Let's keep it moving, and maybe we'll come back to it. Let's do Lambo Intenso. So this box doesn't come sealed, or it didn't anyway, and we'll just yeet that to the side. Dang it. Here's the aftershave bomb that I can't keep in my hands, and here is the fragrance. There's a quick look at the box for you guys. Not too shabby. And there is a look at the bottle. Certainly not quite as nice as the Ferrari bottles at all. The cap is really cheap, weighs next to nothing, and then the atomizer looks like one of those old school atomizers. Kind of like something you would find on a bottle of Polo Green, like an old bottle of Polo Green. Atomizer works okay. And in case you didn't catch on, I forgot to say this before, the theme is car fragrances, cheap car fragrances. So this one opens up with apple and tonka. It's sweet, it's warm. It smells like there should be some spiciness in here that's not there. I think that would have helped it a lot. It does come across cheap. Yeah, this comes across $15 fragrance. Yeah. See this Bentley, that's how my voice, Bentley. It smells really good for 20 bucks. This, very solid for $20. Absolutely. Presentation, yeah, look at that. That's pretty nice, not bad. And then the smell, good. Let's go back to the Lambo. It smells weak already. I only hit myself with a couple sprays. It's not been on there for very long, couple minutes. And it's not got a whole lot going on, guys, I'll tell you that. Now, it's not altogether unpleasant, but it definitely has that air of cheapness to it. And if you smell this, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's not that there's this blast of alcohol. You might expect that, but actually there's really not. It just smells cheap. Like the ingredient quality, when you smell it, it's kind of hard to describe. It's this like synthetic sweetness that just flatly hits your nose and then it's gone. It smells maybe like something that they would sell in like Rue 21, like a really inexpensive clothing store. Not necessarily Rue 21, could be any, but like a really inexpensive clothing store. So we're not talking Hollister or anything like that. And they have fragrances at the front of the store that are just cheaply packaged, and they try to like add them onto your order. You know, hey, 10 bucks and you can get this fragrance, which is so good. Trust me, it's good. Don't smell it. Wait till you get home, but trust me, it's good. And then you get home and you spray it and you go, wait, this sucks. But you can't return it. Last, but possibly not least, Nissan Patrol. And here is the bottle looking like a deformed version of Legend Spirit. Let's try it out. Oof, that atomizer sucks. Oh boy, moment of truth. Let's do this. Oh God, that's horrible. Oh man, oh Jesus. Wow, this sucks. This is really bad. This is garbage. There's something in this that is sour. There's something in this that is bitterly sour. It's like a green rotting husk of unpleasantness. Surely it will get better as it dries down. This is how certain I am of this face. I'm very... So there is birch leaf in the opening of this, which I guess is what is making it smell like pond scum. like still water with algae and scum in it, and probably the rotting corpse of a frog underneath it. Realistically, does it smell like that? No. But does it smell good? Also no. So who is responsible for this monstrosity? Temptation International, USA. NissanPerfume.com. I actually went to NissanPerfume.com, and that is a horrible website. There's like misspellings all over it. It's just, how does a company like Nissan go, you know what we need? We need a fragrance for our SUV. And should we get somebody to make it that knows what they're doing, like maybe this company did? No, let's not. Let's instead get in touch with Temptation International and have them make us a high quality fragrance. Thankfully, it's already kind of disappearing from my skin. It's got that high quality longevity. So that's great. it's just really bad. It's really, really bad. This is probably one of the worst fragrances I've smelled over the past 10 years. As far as a fragrance that's trying to be a fragrance to be worn, it's pretty terrible. You would be much better off with Axe body spray, Old Spice body spray, Cremo, literally anything actually. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, okay? Yeah, the Bentley is the best fragrance here. It's not close. It's not even remotely close. This is in a league of its own as far as these fragrances go. It's way up there somewhere, and all the other fragrances are way down there. You know what? I'm gonna link to the Bentley fragrances and Ferrari fragrances in the description. I'm gonna link to some fragrances you should actually buy that are car fragrances. I'll put those down there. So I was going to put this down there. I'm not gonna do that now. There we go, a very successful haul. We got a Bentley fragrance that's gonna go in the collection, so that's great. Bentley Azure is very solid. The other two fragrances, they're horrible. So, you don't always win. Links in the description to Ferrari and Bentley fragrances worth buying for great prices, not to these fragrances that are probably causing cancer. And that's all. Subscribe to the channel, and if you don't, I hope you smell like this for the rest of your life. Stay safe out there. See you later.